And good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy night to join me. I really appreciate that. And so, you guys know that when something is on my mind, it is on my mind, you know? And so, tonight, I want to talk about why we can't have nice things. To quote Taylor Swift, which, by the way, Bad Reputation is a really good album. I don't care what they say. Call me the most gentrified person on the planet. Bad Reputation is one dope album. Every song on that CD I like. Ironically, except for the one with Kendrick Lamar. Am I the only one that doesn't like Kendrick Lamar? For the record, is that really an even unpopular thing to say? I mean, yeah, Money Trees, like the first stuff that came out from Kendrick was different. It vibed. To say that it was some of the best stuff, I'm not sure. But that leads us into how I perceive the world to be, in that when things get too fancy, I'm sprinting away as fast as possible. Okay, so in case you haven't noticed, just by the whole demeanor of myself and the way I present and the way that I speak and the way that I dress and so forth, I want to reiterate that I don't really care. I don't care at all about like the perception, about the look, about the aesthetic. Maybe that's my look, right? Not caring. But nonetheless, I hate fancy stuff. Okay, here's the thing. I absolutely hate fancy ideologies. I hate over excessiveness. I hate people's unsatiable need for more stuff. I can't take it. It's just not something that I do in terms of just kind of the whole scheme of life. And so just like everything in life that's good before it's not. And this is why, obviously, this is why my whole everything the aforementioned, it's not the conveyance of a highly successful male American at my age. In fact, all of those things have led me to the absolute epitome of not very many options. And so again, I'm watching The Bear, which is all of what this is about, and I don't like it anymore. Again, I don't care about any introspective lens on how things get tougher when you try to appease more fancy people, regardless of whether or not it's just sheer profit motivated or some dystopian need to feel pride or something. Whatever it is it's silly and it's stupid. I don't want to see a TV show of a bunch of like pompous young people trying to turn, a spot that was dope already into a gentrified haven for some guy's personal building blocks in life going wrong for him or something. I mean, I get it, dude. You wanted to get out of the hood and then, like, you were forced back, and now it's this whole thing, and now you're trying to make a five-star Michelin restaurant in the middle of the ghetto. Yeah, dude, change the world, right? Let's make fun of the hood, go back to the hood, and then take the hood for all they got. I don't like The Bear. I don't like how people change when, like, they get more money and stuff. It's probably one of the more stupid things that I've ever seen any human on this planet do, in terms of like, you could be like the best, most highly moral, sort of altruistic kind of a person, and then someone hands you a stack of Benjamins, and there goes the world, and it's sort of like, wow, what does it cost to completely turn people into not people. I don't think it costs that much, unfortunately. That's kind of the sad circle that we live in, right? There's so little opportunity that any kind of opportunity is sort of going to be contemplated, regardless of its obvious impacts on other people. And so, what I mean by that is like, okay, as a millennial, as a middle-aged dude, I'm tired of saying this stuff, trust me. But I like to watch shows. I worked in a kitchen. I'm Hispanic. I've been a dishwasher. I want to hear about, the qualms of working class America as it concerns getting into that kitchen, working for pennies on the dollar while your restaurant owner is just obsessed about profit margins times eight. If you're not making times eight every single day, you'll all be fired because you can't afford my lifestyle of Audis and women. It's like it's insane, right? And so the bear is again just another pompous example of how when things get fancy, all bets are off, and really everybody's just so greedy and they're so like, I mean, I thought I was narcissistic. I mean, this is just, it's beyond me in terms of you want to win a few awards on some acting guild, platforms or whatever. So you completely change a show that was good and that people watched because of its content. And now people are forced to watch real life play out at the cost of all the people watching it who probably aren't the same people watching it that originally began watching the show when it first came out. So season 2 was okay. Season 3, I made it 3 episodes in before I decided that I have better things to do with my time, even though I don't. That was my ultimate decision. And so I don't like fancy things. Sorry. Sorry, country club members of the world. I find a lot more value in one, not giving two front fingers, two, sort of finding way more intrinsic value in staying far away from all of the fanciest of places, and three, literally laughing at all of the other human beings that somehow think that it's a measurement of success in one's life to become complete pompous, just so far removed from reality that again it's, I mean, no doctor speak here, but there's gotta be. What is clinical insanity? I'm not sure what it is, but again, I mean, this is coming from the guy who really does not care. So, yeah, I mean, I don't care, and then I care because I try watching this show, and all of a sudden, I'm hating the world because it's a part of the problem, and so hopefully, obviously, with next season, you already know what they're gonna do, right? Like they're gonna go back to the first season, and I think that'll be a good way to end up the show because nobody wanted to see season 3 and nobody cares about a 30-minute ASMR episode. Like, put that on YouTube, yo. Like, the fans for that are here on YouTube. And the world doesn't want to watch 30 minutes of fancy people cutting up food that we don't even know what it is. Yeah, that's cool. People pay $200 for a 6-course meal. I'm where's the nearest McDonald's? I just, again, like, I mean, food is food. Food is not just food. Food can be very good. Food can, make a good time just a million times better. In fact, it is probably what often incentivizes and makes that whole trip worthwhile to begin with. In terms of, yeah, it might be nice to go listen to your corporate getaway boss talk about, the bottom line at some random mystery camp, but you're there for the food. Everyone goes for the food. I mean, like, why else would you go? I just, so anyways, I don't like fancy things. I think fancy things destroy people. I think fancy things make everything so much more sanitized, bland, boring, and just, I wish dystopian was like an appropriate word for it, but it's not. Because again, I mean, we all have, like, we're all fine and cool until we're not. And then we wonder why, like, rich people act the way that they do, but it's like we all kind of aspire in some sort of evil way to kind of be like that. But then, like, when we're not like that, we recognize that it's, like, stupid. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I was so looking forward to like this show being really good, because it was so different, when it was released, that now it's just another cog in the wheel. This is why we can't have nice things, because the moment we do, we change. We turn into different people. That's something I will not allow to happen here on Vlogs About Nothing ever for any amount of money, because I don't care. And I think that's good to know moving forward, right? As somebody who, like, seriously just, you know, would much rather continue to have unfancy things, have fun, have real meaning in my life, and not gentrify to the colonial American Western doctrine of being super bland and hoping that people will appreciate my quiet and my focused demeanor as it concerns my life, and the ultimate satisfaction I get from working for $11 an hour for high-end resort clients that love my food. It's like, what is wrong with you? I'd rather be selling beef burritos outside of a food. Oh wait, I already did that, and that didn't even work out for me. So hey, this is why we can't have nice things. I'm a huge proponent of not ever owning anything fancy because of the way that it makes you feel and the way that it changes you, right? And so, again, my best advice is to just stay away from fancy things, or not, I mean, again, I'm not the guy you want walking into your Berber carpeted luxury apartment. I'm just not, I'm like a normal man. I get dirty. I don't, I mean, I don't know. I don't spend my entire day like worrying about peasant filth, I'm right in there on the mix, and again, I don't care. I like this part of life. I enjoy being around real people. I like that. It's the only condition worth, sticking around for, in terms of like the ending, which we all know doesn't go very well for any of us. Despite all of our greatest efforts to sort of push it back, or go Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and, make pacts to live forever. What a terrible life. Who wants to live forever? I don't. Okay? I mean, I love life. I love life. Let's not take that out of context, but do I love it so much that I'm interested in being around this place forever? I don't think so, I don't think so. I'm just going to do what I do now. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy it. And once more, I'm not going to become this sort of fanciful object for people to critique in kind of the high societal colonial way of observing the environment. It's called the world, y'all, and you guys should live life. Don't worry about other people being all fancy and aspiring to go to restaurants to spend $500 on a single meal is pretty fancy. It's also pretty emblematic of how unfair our society is, in that there are people who can't eat, like, because they have no money, or they can't eat because they're addicted to drugs and spend all their money on drugs because of the way they have to survive their lives and never really enjoy them, and are only ever here to suffer and be miserable. That's not okay. It's just not. I'm just saying, it's not okay. So, I hope that you guys have a really, really, really good night. Thanks for all the new subs and viewers. And, yeah, try not to go fancy. And this is also, again, why we can't have nice things. So, I'm just saying, let's not have nice things, and let's not be fancy. I mean, it might actually work out for us. A whole lot less stressful, trust me. And again, isn't stress like, some sort of metric of success? I'm trying to be as stress free as possible, and to me, that's more of an achievable goal than musking it on out the rest of my life, or hoping, for some treasure from heaven. Come on, gods from heaven, send down some pots of gold. Am I talking to the wrong one? Who is Leprechaun? Who is the person I need to talk to send down some pots of gold? That's not Jesus. It's not okay. All right, whoever it is, you guys let me know. I want to write them a letter. So I hope that you guys have a really, really good night. And again, thank you very much for watching my channel. Bye.